High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
That's P1, and we're in front of Verstappen, Iwasa and you. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 04.3.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, 7 to the right and 3 to the left, making up the total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill sections. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Ollie Behrman lines up on pole position, and Jehan Daruvala completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Vesti, Crawford, Golden Boy, Iwasa, Joe, Fittipaldi, Boschung, Teo Pourchaire, Martins, Nissani, Novalak, Benavides, Stanek, Cordial, Bottas, Correa, Hauger, a Haas, and a Sauber rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
of the pack. That's Behrman behind you. They're on old intermediates. Final lap, push. Okay, Behrman's behind. They're on old intermediates. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Time last lap, 1 minute 13.5.
On the pit wall, you've been amazing.
That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Okay, you're doing well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain, 10 minutes. The underbody's taken some damage. I suggest we box so we can check it out.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Golden Boy lines up on pole position, and Ollie Behrman completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Deruvala, Crawford, Verstappen, Joe, Vesti, Boschung, Iwasa, Teo Pourchaire, Fittipaldi, Nissani, Novalak, Martins, Correa, Benavides, Stanek, Hauger, Cordial, Bottas. A Sauber and a Haas rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. As we all know, every single driver wants to know what's required of them. And in the case of this driver, I think things are pretty stable at the moment. That they're doing what the team require.
Well, that's the thing, as a driver, it's easy to feel like you're the individual. It's all about you. And, you want to further your career the best you can. But you have to have the team hat on as well, and play the team game, work with your teammate as best you can. It's not an easy balance to figure out.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. You're leading the pack, that's P1. That's Max behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. First position, front of the pack. Car behind is Max. They're on fresh mediums. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. 34 laps to go. This lap, give us the best in lap you can. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.7 seconds. That's Behrman behind you. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1:08.3. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. For a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Max is coming in for his stop. Lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. On Bearman for you. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow. Okay, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. As things stand, we're going to be leading the championship.
On the pit wall, you've been amazing.
Awesome driving today. That's 4 race wins in a row.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here in Spielberg, and rightly so. A brilliant effort from the whole team. Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment. You handled that well. Thank you. Hey boss, I think we could better manage our time by organising some team activities. Head to the activities screen to see what we have. Thanks for handling that.